Don't forget to click like and subscribe to the Heavy Underground. The power of the skull compels you.
Helping to return a sense of normalcy in the waning days of the lockdown era, Steven Adler brought the most recent incarnation of his solo band, Adler's Appetite, to Jergel's Rhthym Grille in Warrendale, PA, just north of Pittsburgh, on July 2nd, 2021. With more than 1 year having passed since live music and large gatherings went away, the anticipation was overwhelming for a fun night of live music. Taking on the mantle of a good-time elder statesman in recent years, Steven Adler has embraced his iconic place in the pantheon of heavy with a never-ending Cheshire smile and a devotion to the last truly unpredictable era of rock and roll. July 2nd's performance marks a return to the road for Brother Adler after a full year and a half, and he is joined on this summer breakout by Michael Thomas and Alistair James on guitar, Tanya O'Callaghan on bass, and Ari Kamen, an Argentinian vocalist who earned his stripes in a Chilean GNR tribute band called Son of a Gun, at the microphone. Adler exudes an earnest excitement as he proudly celebrates his integral history with the most dangerous band in the world, Guns N' Roses. Maryland rockers Signal 13 and Ohio-based sister act Spinning Jenny open the show as the crowd steadily gathers momentum for an exciting night of hard-rocking decadence and destruction. The first band up for the night was Signal 13. Hailing from Baltimore, Maryland, this hard rock act is clearly led by vocalist Vicky Starr, fairly evident as no other names could be ascertained for any other band member on their website. Signal 13 takes to the stage well in advance of the advertised start time to perform one song as a sound check to the surprise of the still gathering audience before returning to the stage about 20 minutes later to officially get the concert started. Engaging in a little mid-paced hard rock to start the show, Signal 13 get the crowd jumping for the night with an original song before tearing into AC/DC's Sordid Scorcher from 1977, Whole Lotta Rosie. Vicky Starr heaps a gritty vocal yelp over top of this classic track with a strict authority as the band makes its presence known with a blistering solo and a persistent musical battery until the song's end. Next, Sister Vicky Starr screams the opening to another original song as the band settles into a round of 80s-styled hard rock. The bass bombs in and out with a buoyancy on this stand-up rocker before the next song begins to pulse through the speaker. Another hard-hitting song, the chorus settles into a melodic swing as Vicky belts out her vocals. A bluesy march sets the pace on this track with an understated open leading the way before a down-and-dirty middle section adds some swagger. Introducing the next song as the band's latest single, Vicky mentions that they filmed a video for the song at an actual haunted house. Bearing more of a nu metal post-grunge stamp, expressive guitar work weeps and wails to the surface as Signal 13's set nears an end. An epic-sounding open heralds the band's final song of the night before shifting gears into a hefty nu metal crunch. The song's chorus betrays a trace of 90s passively melodic alternative rock to add another twist to the band's multifaceted set of influences. With the powerful pipes of vocalist Vicky Starr leading the charge, Signal 13 gets first crack at the still assembling crowd. Hitting the audience with a voice that runs from a shriek to a scowl to a sandpaper scream, Vicky Starr and her group of musical miscreants ably synthesize almost 40 years of hard rock into a crowd-pleasing, high-energy set. A rousing cover of Whole Lotta Rosie and a selection of hard-rocking originals showcase the band's influences from classic hard rock swing to modern metal crunch, and some melodic 90s alternative rock moments thrown in for good measure. Hailing from Ohio, the familial operation Spinning Jenny takes the stage next. Comprised of the Balzano sisters, Julia on guitar and vocals, sister Angelina handling keyboards, bass, and vocals, and youngest sister Talia on drums and vocals. Additionally, their father, Dr. John Balzano, lends his support to the band with backing guitar and bass throughout the show. The already sizable crowd voices a strong, positive reception to this young act taking the stage as we move closer to Steven Adler's headlining set. Settling into a sly groove, Spinning Jenny begin their first song. An original track, this back pocket jam finds Sister Julia taking control of the microphone for the first song, with an alternative rock influence rising to the surface in the chorus and a hard rock vibe permeating the verses. Spinning Jenny appear to draw their influence from the past 30 years of hard rock and alternative rock. Next, Sister Angelina, alternating between bass and keyboards throughout the night, leads the crowd in a rousing sing-along with the heart classic How Do I Get You Alone, generating a rousing response from the audience. These three sisters more than do justice to the sister duo Ann and Nancy Wilson on this crowd-pleasing rendition. With a heavy alternative bite, the next song, an original named Again Unmend, rises from the stage, with a rhythmic digression and vocal interplay taking over the song's middle for an unexpected diversion. The song's melodic rock soon returns for a final push to its close. Introducing the next song as being called Paranoid, but not that one, Spinning Jenny start with a more reserved open that soon settles into a potent, roiling simmer that gets an excited boost with a surprisingly powerful chorus and strong drum work from Sister Talia. Next, a cover of Motley Crue's Home Sweet Home hits heavy with the decidedly biased 1980s adjacent crowd. A slight piano flourish marks the brief intro, and a lilting take on the chorus adds an extra special touch as the interplay between these three siblings really boosts Spinning Jenny's modern rock take on this Motley classic. Introducing a new song titled Reflection, Spinning Jenny enter the last portion of their set with this powerful song. A decided modern rock open soon spirals out with a melancholy pull offering a shaded interplay on this young band's latest song. Reaching the end, this talented family act closes their set with a rousing rendering of the Rolling Stones' oft-covered staple, Paint It Black. Ending their show on a fun and familiar romp, Spinning Jenny leave the crowd cheering these talented sisters as they depart the stage. The three sisters that comprise Spinning Jenny, as well as their supportive, multi-instrumentalist father, find a sweet spot tonight with the assembled Jergels audience. A couple of crowd-favorite covers and a selection of tuneful originals showcase Spinning Jenny's knack for deft melody and intense instrumentation that wins over the hard rock expectations of the crowd. Incredible vocals from drummer Talia impress with vibrant energy, as every member of this musically inclined family instills their performance with fun and focus. Leading into Steven Adler, Spinning Jenny keep the energy high as the crowd awaits their hair metal catharsis. Receiving a hero's introduction from a member of his entourage, Adler's band takes the stage as Queen's We Will Rock You gets the crowd thumping and shouting. As the members of Adler's Appetite stand ready, a loud cheer overtakes the room as the drum icon himself, Steven Adler, strides to his kit. With a Cheshire grin stretching from ear to ear, the wildest gunner of all oversees the proceedings from his position behind his drum throne. With a 4 count from the man himself, a confident chug riffs into the night as Night Train launches the show out of the gate. Ari's voice, reaching for that classic W. Axl Rose paint-peeling screech, damn near reaches his intended mark. A screaming solo finds its own footing while still hitting some of the trademark beats that have been indelibly etched to our minds for more than 30 years. With Night Train setting a rambunctious tone for the night, Brother Ari riles up the crowd before a distinct drum beat from Brother Adler ushers Mr. Brownstone to the fore. With a methodical, grinding groove, Adler's assembled musicians absolutely crush this essential cut from Appetite for Destruction with a year and a half of pent-up, locked-down energy bursting at the seams. Next, The One That You Hated, a more recent number from Adler's Appetite, follows an extended chant for Steven. Slyly launching into this track from Adler's Appetite's 2012 album Back from the Dead, The One That You Hated delivers a short and punchy song that keeps the momentum up with a succinct melodic rocker that goes over well with the crowd. Anything Goes swings through the speakers next with a well-earned luster of sleaze as the band lean back into another low-down groove from Appetite for Destruction. Reaching for those yowling screeches with gusto, Ari delivers the vocal goods while Tanya keeps the pot boiling through to the end with a potent bass punch. Rousing the crowd for a sing-along, Kamen baits the audience as a few words from the GNR ballad Patience has everyone singing along before belting out a full verse by himself a cappella. While not a full performance, the Jergels crowd heartily approves before a thundering ovation greets Brother Adler as he takes to a microphone to introduce and thank Ari for joining us from Argentina. Another Adler's Appetite track follows as Hard to Be Good powers through the air. Trading solos, brothers Thomas and James take control for a riveting guitar throwdown in the midst of Hard to Be Good's slinky groove. Some crowd participation slowly brings the temperature back up to a rolling boil for a final go-round on this boisterous track. Another iconic drum roll inaugurates a beastly romp through the Use Your Illusion 2 barn burner, You Could Be Mine. An excellent reminder that Steven's contributions to the Use Your Illusion records is much deeper than most people realize. You Could Be Mine levels the place with pulsing bass from Sister O'Callahan and Steven's solid pummel anchoring this obvious crowd favorite with a venomous bite. Taking a brief moment to catch their breath, a quick and to-the-point introduction from Ari proclaims that he knows that we will know this next song. Soon, Sweet Child of Mine's time-tested guitar lick is crying through the speakers. With nearly the entire venue singing and cheering along, this unequivocal classic hits a sweet spot with the assembled faithful. A powerful take on Slash's original solo imbues the passage with a more somber, processional flair, but develops with no less of an impact. With a 4 count from Mr. Adler, Appetite's closing track, Rocket Queen, takes off with a sly, snaking vibe. Undulating bass work and a sleazy guitar groove coil through the speakers as the song slinks and slithers into the night. Veering into the song's closing minutes with a wistful cascade, Steven and his cohorts bring this 1987 epic back down to the ground with hard-rocking care and concern. Steven thanks the crowd again and cracks wise about the television show The Goldbergs before the band hurtle headfirst into Welcome to the Jungle, with Ari screaming like a banshee through the microphone, marshalling the hard rock forces as the band hurtle themselves into the fray. As expected, full crowd participation was demanded by the song, expected by the band, and more than delivered by the crowd. Steven's face a perpetual grin as everyone shares in his excitement. Adler and his band power into a hearty throwdown on this Guns N' Roses essential as the set nears its end. Within moments, Brother Kamen introduces the final song of the night, the anthemic rocker Paradise City. Powering up, Paradise City has the Jergels crowd stirring for action before lurching lecherously forward, writhing with sinewy muscle through the verses, then breaking open on the chorus with open wings. Paradise City ends the night with an extended round of solos racing from the stage as the band brings the song to a close with a round of hard-rocking power. Thanking fans and shaking hands, a thunderous cheer fills the room as Steven Adler and his band make their goodbyes and slowly leave the stage. This Friday night revelry officially marks the start of the Independence Day weekend, inaugurates a long-delayed concert season, and officially declares an end to interminable seclusion with gusto as it marks a return to live music after 15 months of cancellations, isolation, and lockdowns. The perpetually smiling Steven Adler and the music of Guns N' Roses spearhead a rollicking breakout for the jubilant crowd in attendance. Largely focusing on GNR's career-defining Appetite for Destruction album, Adler's Appetite set at Jergels delivers a good time, nostalgic romp through an all-time classic slab of heavy, while also taking the time to showcase Steven's ear for memorable melodic hard rock with a number of Adler's Appetite's originals punctuating the night like an unexplored sonic vista periodically emerging from around the bend. With a buzzsaw punch, Steven's fellow bandmates rip through the set with gritty determination. Throw in an unexpected but welcomed smash and grab through You Could Be Mine to put a seal of approval on a well-rounded and energetic performance. With a solid band in support, Steven Adler relishes in the excitement of his musical history. With his never-ending smile taking center stage, this survivor of the Sunset Strip brings an enjoyable night of nostalgia with a boundless youthful energy that vibrantly translates from the stage.